NowIAmNappy, and I'm back with this really quick henna tutorial. I really feel like it's important to add Ayurvedic to your hair regimen because a lot of those herbs are really good with growing, sustaining your hair, and the three I will use are Henna, Aritha, and Amla. So henna, of course, as we know, adds a protective layer to our hair strand. It helps fill in any gaps that we have from combing and styling our hair. If you do have split ends, though, unfortunately, you're going to have to just cut those off. There's nothing you can do that can restore your hair from that. But how henna does this is it deposits a reddish dye to your hair. So if you have blonde hair or you have gray strands, your strands will turn a red color. Now, if you have dark strands like I do, you'll notice that you'll just have a reddish tint to your hair. So like in the sun, you'll look, and you'll definitely see like a reddish hue to your hair. Now, some people don't like the reddish hue, and so a lot of people add other things like coffee or amla to their regimen, to their henna regimen. And for me, I actually prefer to add the amla, and I add about 2 teaspoons of amla to my regimen. Now, amla is great because it has vitamin C and it has other antioxidants that help like free radicals with your hair. It's really conditioning to your hair, and I use it actually in my deep conditioners whenever I wash my hair. So additionally, I also add some Aritha to my henna mix. Now, Aritha is actually a soap nut, and so it acts as an all-natural shampoo. So just by adding a little bit into my regimen, it actually helps make my hair shiny and makes my cuticle really smooth. And so I really enjoy using all 3 of them in my henna mix. All right, so I mix my henna by adding about 1.5 cups of henna, about 2 teaspoons of amla, and 2 teaspoons of Aritha. Add about 1/4 cup of apple cider vinegar and about 1/2 cup of water, actually warm water. So I mix that and I let it sit overnight. Now you want to make sure when you're mixing this that you don't use anything with metal because that can react to the all-natural dyes in the henna mix. So please use plastic or glassware whenever you are mixing the henna. And you want to let this sit because you want the dye to release, because that's what's really going to help and nourish your hair. So I would recommend that you let it release for at least 8 to 10 hours if you can, nothing short of 6. For me, I prefer to let it the dye release for 24 hours, and then I leave the henna on my hair for at least 6 to 8 hours. I usually do it overnight. Some people will do it during the day. So I would say a minimum of 2 and a max of however long you have. All right, so I'll get on to mixing in the next part. Okay, so you want the mixture to be like cake battery. You want it to have some drip but not be too watery. Okay, so I'm going to put this aside and let this sit for about 24 hours for the dye to release. You can see the dye has released by the coating on the top, and that it's ready to use. It's been about 24 hours now. Okay, so I just got out of the shower and I've done the back section already. So I'm going to just take this down and do the front section. Now I did add a tablespoon of coconut oil to this to help with the slips while I apply this product. So I work in sections. I divide my hair in 4 like I do everything else, and I apply it like I used to apply creamy crack. So I really like to get it in there, make sure the roots are heavily coated with henna, and definitely make sure those ends are coated. And the way I made my formula, it is actually pretty thick, so I don't have a lot of drips. So I find that whenever I make the formula any more watery than this, it's running down my neck, it's running down my clothes, it's really annoying. So for me, this is the best way to mix it to like the thickness of almost like cake batter. So it definitely helps prevent the runs. Oh, not those kind of runs. So this last section here, divide it in half again. I don't know where my other clips are. So Also, I finger detangled my hair in the shower as best I could before I shampooed it. And now shampoo actually helps open up the cuticle so that the henna will bond to your strands in the best way. Also, I find that by shampooing, I get the best dye release, but I try not to use a harsh shampoo. So for me, the black soap is a really great product to use. And just know that if your hair is not as long as my hair is, you won't need as much. If your hair is longer, you might need more. Some people do a henna gloss in which they add conditioner to the henna. That proves to be conditioning as well as strengthening for them. And also for some people an easier rinse out process. So I could do a video about a henna gloss if anybody is interested. So, usually what I do before putting it all up is make sure I get all of the strands covered and coated. I'm gonna let go of the back section as well. Kind of massage my scalp. Okay, so you can choose to do 2 low buns, 1 high bun. I'm actually gonna go to bed and let this sit for overnight for 24 hours. So probably gonna do 1 high bun, put a plastic cap, actually put 2 plastic caps over this, put a towel down, and go to sleep. Now, if you have time, I recommend you do this during the day, but I ran around all day today and I wanted to make sure I got this video in for you guys. So, put that on. Yes, I use a regular grocery bag. Take off your gloves and do it again. Okay, so it's the morning and I woke up and rinsed out all my henna. It took me about 5 minutes to rinse the majority of it out, and then I used Aussie Moist conditioner and rinsed the rest out for about 5 to 10 more minutes. I threw in my Tali Wajid Restore and Repair Mask Deep Conditioner, and I sat under the steamer for 5 minutes and then 15 minutes. And then I finger detangle my hair and put it in sections. So if you want to watch how I style my hair, please click on the next video for my quick and easy wash and go. All right, bye.